You had mentioned the mindset behind Silat. And at our school, sometimes when we do the Harimau, I like to talk to them about being a little kid, like
Hmm.
little kids that are getting up and down off the ground and rolling around. And so much of that we miss as human beings. And after a while, like our spine isn't flexible.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. The floor, to be on the floor, to be have the ability to play, it's wonderful. That's something even just at the most basic level of just bringing joy, like how they say sometimes just smiling is important in your life, right? Like activates the vegan nerve, right? To be on the ground and playing, just just natural things like that. It's so good for you. It's so good. And sometimes we lose them. We're so focused on go, 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 gotta do, gotta do, gotta do, and then you miss out on that, right?
Hmm. Yeah. In your seminar, I was there for the second day and I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't stick around the whole time. But what I remembered the most was the sea lot at the very, very beginning and how I had just traveled 6.5 hours in the car. And by the end of about 25, 30 minutes, I was ready to train just based on the warm up. There were some different things that you had done and whatnot. Uh, that's really one of the reasons that I love it.
You know where I got that from? So I remember seeing Hickson Gracie do in Choke, the video Choke. He does all these exercise on the beach, like looks so smooth, like so loose. And then when I decided to move permanently to LA, actually it was just before I moved. It was just a year before. Guru said, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" And I was free, and he said, "Well, come with me to yoga jiu-jitsu." And so we went to Roger Machado. Guru was taking classes with every Machado,
Hmm.
and then they all have their flavor, their specialty. And Roger was teaching Guru all these yoga sets. So we used to go in the morning there, and then like he'll show yoga set number one, number two, number three, and they were really, really good sets. And then Guru started to teach more Mao, and he sort of combined the two together. So before the practice of the Silat practice, we'll do all these like windshield wiper, seaweed, you call it horseshoe. Then you'll be doing like evasion, moving up, down, all a lot of preps. I think he still does it. And so I was like, oh, that's amazing because I remember seeing Choke and Hicks and Gracie do it. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm doing it. And then pair with the breathing. Then going to jujitsu more and more, add a new exercise, that things that fit. But they're not that, it's funny because they're not that far in nature. See, if you say, for example, to an individual wrestling or jujitsu, and then you say silat, they will think two different words, right? Like one is over here, one is over there. But actually, they're not that different in nature because a lot of the yoga jujitsu or a lot of the old school jujitsu, at the end of the day, they have a lot of Indian influence. There are a lot of like all this motion that you find moving the body, even like if you think like wrestling, Greco-Roman, all that, right? They're all influenced from that Fertile Crescent, that all that region, because Asia is very big, it's very wide, right? Like, so at the end of the day, Persian wrestling, all those things. Even now I train with some Bulgarian wrestler. I train with some now how do you call it, Dagestani wrestler. All these things, at the end of the day, at some point they touch each other. Silat, Silat, the what you call the capital of the Majapahit Empire was Hindu in nature. It was an Hindu empire. Like where Bali is and all that, all those Balinese are. So they're all based on the triad. They're based on yoga. So yoga, the word yoga means union. So they go union of thinking, union in the way you build your architecture, union in the way you dress yourself, union in the way you make music, union in the way you move your body, right? So that's
Hmm.
why if you see, for example, Thai fighters, they have a lot of yoga in their posture. Like they're always trying to be in good leverage, right? When they do the white crew, they embody figure from Hinduism, right? So you see how all this, at the end of the day, all these things, they're not that far apart from each other. It's a trend, and if it's spread across the world, it is a trend. They touch each other. So at the end of the day, these things they're not that far from each other. They're connected. So if you want to do good Silat, you should do prep exercise like warming up exercise. If you want to do good jiu-jitsu, you should move your body. If you want to do Muay Thai, good Muay Thai, you should be able to stand on one leg, create strong angles, block with your frame, especially when you clinch, right? Even when you kick, move your hip correctly. So all those things, they're not that far. Breathe properly, right? When you enter the ring, if you're a tap boxer, learn how to breathe properly. If you're a jiu-jitsu player, learn how to breathe properly. So I know that initially you like yoga, jiu-jitsu, and silat, you're mixing things up, but then they not really. They're based on the same essence, right? How to move your body with efficiency, right?